Hello everyone, welcome back to Story with Hala 13. I'm Hala and we're just gonna get into this week's story. This week's story is called River Friendly, River Wild, and I read the first half last week and this is the second half of the book. Very poetic, really nice story, so let's start. All winter, cars leaped from behind giant snowbanks, making brakes slam, making hearts thud. When they finally let us back in the city, the snow is gone, but snowbanks of garbage and sandbags line in every street, making brakes slam, making hearts hollow. Mattresses, lamps, rocking horses and sleds, furnaces, water heroes, water heaters, doors and doors. Every pile is someone's story. Every story is sad. It gets better later in the book, don't worry. The newspaper says, "Beware the river water. It's contaminated with chemicals, and be careful going back to your house. The steps could be crumbled, the floors could be buckled, the stairs could be slick. The windows could be broken, and snakes could be inside." We creep up the steps through the door. "Kiwi?" I call. No answer. "Kitty, kitty," I call. No cat. I rumble around the two upstairs bedrooms like a car that's lost its steering. I creep down the slimy stairs. My dad lifts a box and turns it over. Water and paper dolls gush out. The paper dolls saw it all. I wish they could tell me what happened to my cat. No cooking, no warm water, no heat. We flip switches by habit. No lights go on. At night, silence settles. Pumps stop humming outside. We go to bed early as the sun drops down. My toes wince on the icy floor, and I wish for the wood-burning stove. But it's downstairs with curls of mud and orange rust. We wiggle deep in our bags, around the glow of an oil lamp. I can't believe it's even our house. Red and silver garland spills onto the ground. Wet red paint from ornaments I made last year streaks the cardboard box. We reach inside with yellow gloves and crate handfuls out. The stockings Aunt Emily cut and sewed the year that I was born. The bird that sat in our Christmas tree to bring us New Year's luck. The wreath Max made with 5-year-old handprints and lots of bright green paint. It's hard to throw out our memories, Mom says. Her eyes are fat with tears. Blue mold speckles a wooden box that my great-grandpa carved. Everything falls in a plastic black bag that will go onto the curb with everything else. Look, Mom says, 3 glass angels. I can clean these. They're survivors of the flood, like us. Down beside the dike, it's terrible. A van went through a person's wall. A hockey net hangs from a tree. A house that floated landed later, in someone else's yard. I walk home slowly in the rain, looking up at Lincoln School. The windows look back like empty eyes. 2 blocks away, a square machine with a wide mouth scooches crab-like down the street to pick up freezers and stoves. A block away, a big machine with a long neck lumbers and swings, nudges a pile of garbage onto the street, and it picks it up with its teeth. The machines have names like Komatsu and Case, Cat and Deer. They call to each other in high yellow beeps. Sarah's mom is outside wearing a garbage bag over her clothes, wearing a white mask over her face. Where's Sarah? I ask. At her grandma's, she says. I'll tell her to call you. She misses me. She misses you. She wants to come home. But this isn't home, is it? I quietly walked away. I'm mad at the flood because my cat is gone and because Sarah's living at her grandma's now. I'm mad at this doll because she was upstairs, so she's fine, and my favorite doll wasn't, so she isn't. I'm mad at these books because they used to look like books, and now they're gushy, soggy, and slimy lumps that no one will ever want to read. I'm mad at all these piles of garbage clogging up the sidewalks. I wish the machine with the mouth could come to our block and gobble all this garbage up. I'm mad at my mom because she makes me eat the Red Cross hot meal before I eat the Red Cross snacks. We're lucky to have something hot to eat, she says. I know she's right, but I don't feel lucky. Excuse me. The city is cleaning up. Kids wearing orange streamers on their arms pick plastic bags like flowers from the bushes where the river left them. A row of stuffed animals sits on a couch on the curb, waiting to be picked up. People are planting flowers, but in our neighborhood, they say a new dike will barrel through the middle, sweeping away my house, sweeping away Sarah's house, sweeping the school and other homes away. Mr. Ford sits by the curb on his couch and talks to everyone who walks by. He's lived here all his life, and now he's getting ready to move. He shows me a table he got from his mom. It's been through 4 floods, he says. This one's finally got it. Mom and Dad rest as dirty smudge pots. We'll be telling stories of this flood for a long time, Dad says. A squirrel runs by the ash tree that Max planted in 4th grade. It's popping with buds. The flood didn't get the tree, but the new dike will. This was a great neighborhood, Dad says. Old-fashioned, Mom says. You could borrow a cup of sugar from anyone. Our next-door neighbor always brought in our mail when we were gone, Max says. And fed Kiwi, I say. We sit, trying to look at Mr. Ford's tulips instead of the garbage piles. The lawn is strewn with violets and Mom's drawing papers. And then, on careful feet, on each paper, steps a kiwi cat. I scream and run to pick her up. Her tail tickles my neck. Our next-door neighbor hurries over. Just got back to town, he says. The day after we all left, I came in with my waders to check on the pump. Saw your cat looking out the window. Well, you still had your key. Where were you staying? Dad says. Heading out, he says. The store is gone. Time to start over, someplace else. Kiwi rumbles on my lap. You know, Dad says, this was one terrific neighborhood. The river is back in its banks again, and here we are, alive. I know now that some memories live in things, in old clothes and photographs, drawings and trees. Some of those memories will have to let go, but Mom and Dad and Max and Kiwi and Sarah and I will make new memories and hold tight to the ones that stick. And then there's next Christmas, when Mom says for sure the 3 flood angels will shimmer and glimmer and shine again on our Christmas tree, wherever in the whole world we are. The end. That was an amazing story. I really loved that story, and thank goodness they found the cat. If you didn't watch the first part, I think you should go ahead and watch it before watching this one. It's going to be a little confusing, but this was a really amazing story, and I hope you liked it. I'll see you next week, and story 14.